Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to give a bit of an update on what I've been up to because obviously I haven't posted a video in quite a while. I'm not going to look up the exact date, but I feel like it's been 3, 4 months. And there is good reason for that. Now, the reasons that I'm about to give are sort of going to sound like excuses, but they're not really because I don't feel like I need to give any reasoning for why I haven't posted. It's not like I'm trying to justify myself. I'm just giving an explanation to those of you who might care. So the first reason is I've been really busy with work stuff. Like my career has taken up a lot more of my time than it previously was, and also just like general career development, getting better at my profession, which is of course software development. It's taken up a lot of my time, a lot more than I was expecting. And this is in conjunction with a few other things. So recently I've moved out. You might notice a slightly different background setting. I'm not sure if I'm always going to be recording from here, but I have recently moved out from my parents' house. So now I'm renting with a couple of friends, which is really good, really exciting. And it's definitely a step that I've wanted to take for a long time in my life. But obviously, there was a lot of chaos with the move. And now I have a bit less time to do things because I have to do things like cooking and cleaning and stuff that I didn't previously have to do all by myself. So that has definitely taken up a lot more time as well. Apart from that, a few random things have happened. Like I've had a few holidays that I've had to go on, not had to go on. I've had a few holidays that I get to go on. I also got injured quite a bit on my ankle. Someone fell on it during basketball, so that took me out for quite a while. Obviously, I could still technically record videos, but it just made it so much more difficult to do that. And I also got the spicy cough for a little bit. So all of these things sort of laid on top of each other. And I did want to record videos. I really enjoy this. I enjoy making videos for my channel, exploring these topics and being able to share what I've learned with you guys. But I felt like at this current point in my life, it wasn't exactly what I needed to be doing. There were other things that I need to focus on. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to post a video for I reckon another few weeks at least. I'm like the reason I'm making this video is that I'm planning to get back onto it, but there's still a lot of the reasons or things that I said were going on in my life still are going on. So I'll have to be really good with managing my time. And yeah, like I do plan to get back into it, but don't expect anything immediately soon. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update explaining why I've been away and also what is next for this channel. So part of the reason that I also have not been posting videos is because I wasn't exactly happy with, I guess, how the channel was performing and the voice that I was bringing to it and the different ways that I was going about creating my videos and basically the tone and the content. It was good stuff. I definitely feel like it was valuable, but it was not being presented in the exact way that I wanted. So I did also spend a lot of time sort of thinking about how I can change things, how I can improve the content that I'm giving in order to grow faster and reach more people, obviously, but also just presenting things in a way that align with what I think about self improvement. Because self improvement is obviously a very personal topic, and it's also something where you can go about it a large number of different ways. There's no one right way. So I wanted to try and be a bit less prescriptive in the future. I'm planning to be a bit less prescriptive in how I talk about topics and what's the right way to do things, and more just sharing ideas, sharing what has worked for me, but not necessarily saying this is the right way to do things. And I feel that if I go about making my videos in this way, it'll also generally increase the quality of them because it is easier for me to sound more authoritative if I'm not saying this is the right way to do things. If I'm just presenting what I have learned or what I know for a fact is an idea that makes sense without saying this is exactly how you need to do it, I think that I'll be able to be more confident in giving you the right information and sound less like I'm making stuff up, I guess, because that is something that I did feel a little bit about my previous videos. Obviously, everyone is making stuff up to a certain degree, but I did feel like, as I mentioned before, I wasn't exactly happy with the tone and the direction and the content that I was having. It was good stuff, and I'm not going to remove any of my previous videos. I think that there's a lot of valuable content in there, and it was also part of my learning phase of being a YouTube creator, seeing how I wanted to make these videos and getting the first few out there just so that I could see whatever difficulties there are. And obviously, you don't get better unless you actually try the thing and try to improve. So that was what those first few videos are. I think up until this point, I've probably posted about 15, maybe 20 videos. I'm definitely not planning to stop. This YouTube channel is something that I'm very passionate about simply because I'm passionate about the topic of self improvement. I spend a lot of my time trying to look into different ideas and different strategies, sort of tips different approaches, mindsets, all of these things that will help me improve myself. And I really feel like if I'm just keeping it all to myself, number one, sort of wasted knowledge. Like it's a bit overkill, the amount of research and like amount of time that I spend on it. And number two, it's also just not the best thing I could be doing. I genuinely, there's a bit of a side topic, but I genuinely do believe in positive sum interactions. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I don't want to use the word passion too much. It's something that I really think is important to try and focus on. And I do believe that creating content like this is a positive sum interaction because the people who are watching it will be able to improve their life. And for me, I'll be able to explore my own ideas and sort of synthesize them in a way where if I need to present them on video, I'll need to think them through a lot more and I'll be able to be a lot more self-critical in a way that I wouldn't artificially be able to force myself to do if I wasn't doing these videos. Obviously, there are other benefits for me, such as, YouTube subscribers and stuff like that. But yeah, I lost track of the original point, but I basically wanted to be more happy with the way that I'm creating these videos. And I've spent a lot of this like sort of break time from YouTube thinking about how I can improve the way that I'm presenting myself, the way that I can improve the value that I'm giving to people who watch this channel. So yeah, that is a large part of why I've taken that break. Yeah, going forward, I do plan on making more videos. I'm going to take a few weeks more break because there is a lot going on in my life. Recently, I turned 25, which is a bit of a milestone, I guess. Silver Jubilee. Hopefully, my quarter life benchmark milestone if I do reach 100, which I would like to do. But yeah, I've reached 25 recently, and it's made me think about the things that are important. And because of that, I have been taking a bit of a break and sort of taking it a bit easier in some ways. In some ways, I've been going much harder, like in terms of my career and focus on that. But I've been reducing the number of things that I'm doing, and I'm sort of aiming to do a soft reset on my life because obviously I've been in the practice of self-improvement and being focused on that for a long time. But what I wanted, I felt like I had sort of plateaued in certain ways. So I wanted to sort of bring it back down to zero and then build myself up from there. Obviously, I'm not actually at zero, but I wanted to try and think of life as if I actually was. And therefore, I could avoid similar plateaus in the future because I would sort of reset the way I'd been thinking about the world and about my growth and self-improvement. And instead start from scratch and hopefully avoid any of the biases or restrictions that I previously had built into myself. And trust me, I'll definitely be sharing my journey on what that looks like and what that even means. Obviously, I'm talking about it in very abstract and hypothetical terms, but I think that I've managed to come up with quite a few good ideas that definitely work for myself. And I think I can generalize them enough to work for anyone, regardless of what stage of life they're at. And yeah, I mean, like in general, the main reason I initially took the break was because I wanted to focus on my growth, perfect my craft in terms of the voice that I'm able to speak with, the way that I'm formulating my ideas so that they are more practical, more actionable, and more relevant, I guess. I think sometimes I'll talk about things in a very narrow, specific, strategic point of view. I'm going to try taking a step back, generalizing things a bit, and talk about larger ideas. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of content. I have so many content ideas that it's not a problem if I do take that step back because I can go back into the specifics if needed, if that's what people want. But yeah, I genuinely and genuinely want to make sure that I'm delivering the most value to you guys. I want to make sure that my videos are touching on novel ideas and novel ideas that are actually useful, because obviously if you spend a bit of time in this space, you'll hear the same ideas over and over again. And don't get me wrong, it is good to hear those ideas over and over again because it helps reinforce it for you and eventually internalize it. And part of my content will be directed towards that sort of approach of self-improvement. But I also want to try and find some new ideas that haven't really been talked about and new ways that you can improve yourself, because it is obviously, it's something that I'm very interested in. So thanks for watching so far. If you have, this video was not intended to be any actual self-improvement content. I might have touched on some things a little bit, but yeah, just an update on what's going on, explaining why I've been taking that break and why I will probably continue to take a few weeks of break in the future. But yeah, stay tuned for more content and I'll be seeing you very, very soon, hopefully with a new and improved channel, The Perfect Life. See ya.